So here's a video on how to graph a system in your graphing calculator, which is very helpful. Remember, if you don't know what to do, just solve for y and put it in your calculator. That would make the world a million times easier. If you forget how to eliminate or use substitution, this always works. So I'm going to look at this number 1, and I'm not going to graph it by hand. I'm just going to use the calculator. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So first thing, obviously, you turn it on. You clear it if it's doing funky things. So I'm going to hit my y equals to graph. So notice my inequalities is on. Okay, that's fine. I can still do one with the equals. If you want to turn it off, just go to your apps. Find your inequality. Sum is 7, sum is 2. Hit enter. And then just hit quit inequal. So now when you go to y equals, it'll be gone. Like I said, you don't need it to be gone, but whatever works for you. So for my y1, I'm just going to plug in this first equation. So 2x minus 3. Then I'm going to go down to y2 and put in my second equation. Negative 3x plus 2. All right? So now I'm going to hit graph. So now I see where they intersect. I can kind of get the gist that it's like -1, -1 maybe, or +1, -1. Maybe I'm not really sure. So I'm going to hit the trace button. Hit trace. And I can like move this cursor to where it's close, and I see that it is about 1, -1. See, that's my x value, that's my y value. It's about -1, -1. But there's another way to do it. If you hit second trace, so you do calc, I have value, 0, minimum, maximum, and 5 is intersect. Remember, where 2 lines intersect is the solution to a system. So I'm actually going to hit 5, hit enter. So now it says first curve. So the reason why it says curves is not every function is going to give us a straight line. So a curve is just like the graph. So I'm going to put the cursor on one of my lines. So I'm going to put it on this line right here. I'm going to hit enter. All right, now it says second curve. Notice my cursor jumped over here because it's smart. It figures out what the other line is most of the time. You just want to verify. Yes, that's definitely my second curve. You can move it wherever you want. So you're going to hit enter. And then it says guess. So move your cursor somewhat near where they intersect. Because sometimes in other math, you're going to have more than one intersection. So you just want to choose the intersection you want. So we're just going to get as close there as possible. Hit enter again. And notice my x value says 1 and my y value says -1. So the solution to this system is 1, -1. All right? Now, let's try number 2. Let's go back to y equals. So I'm going to clear both of these. All right, now I'm going to put my first equation in. So try to use parentheses with fractions because it makes sure that they stay together. So I'm going to do parentheses, -5 divided by 3, because that's how I do a fraction, times my x plus 1 for my first equation. Then I'm going to go down and plug in my second equation. Put parentheses around any fraction, -1 divided by 3, x minus 3. Then I'm going to hit graph. There's my graph. There's my intersection right around there. Okay? There's a little line that goes it's like a thinking line. If that's still running, just wait a minute. Like your calculator's just thinking still. Wait till you try to press some buttons. So now I can do my second trace for my calc. Go down to my intersect. Here's my first curve. Here's my first line. Then it jumps to my second line and hit enter again. And then now move your cursor towards the intersection and make a guess. So this solution is 3, -4. All right? So that's how we can use our calculator to find the solution to a system. If for some reason when you're graphing and you can't see your graph where they intersect, you can hit this button window and change these settings. The scale, that means x scale and y scale, leave them always as 1. Don't mess with those. Don't do any of that. But your x min and your x max means
like negative 10, that means your graph is going to go to negative 10 in the x direction and positive 10 in the x direction. And same with your y. So you can always move those around until you see them. I would always leave it at negative 10, positive 10, unless it's a really crazy graph. But most of the time, they will be seen within that. All right? Remember, if you have questions, just let me know and write them on the discussion.